Welcome CNG 124 to week 4. I guess I would really want to recap this first. Okay, that's fine. Week 3. So going over the weekly discussions and looking through them, I read all these. I just don't apply to them, but I do read all of them. So just be aware of that. He puts them in here. I will read it. So what I wanted to bring up first was Morgan's reflection. And she asked about it in the reading. I also came across something regarding, wanted me to identify the network address and the subnet mask was 255.255.248.0. So when this is, we're getting to subnetting at this point. It looks like they're borrowing bits because as we learned, the default subnet mask for class A's, B's, C's are 255 with some variation of zeros or 255, each reflecting on what type of address they are. What you see is this subnet value 255.255.248.0. We learn about this just a little bit later on, but we can start to see that instead of the default subnet mask, we're actually starting to basically borrow bits from the 255. So with all of our 8, if I get this right, with all of our 8 bits on, we have 255. So we start to take them away. You know, if we took 1 away, we'd be at 254. Took 2 away, 252. Then we have 4. If we took the 4 away, we'd have 248. So as we see, we can have, I hope this is coming up right on your screen. There we go. The first 5 bits are on, and the last 3 bits are off in that third octet. So we're starting to borrow bits to subnet, really. Thanks for that insight, Morgan. We're going to be learning that. That's going to be on its way. Other thing I wanted to bring up was Fabrice. Fabrice also is a really insightful student. So he was easily helping people identify classes within octets, and a few other people were too. I believe Brian was helping, and Wayne also. I think it was Wayne and Brian. Interesting thing to know that the class A does go from 0 to 127. We usually think about it really from 1 to 126 because 127 is its own animal, no matter what the address is in 127. When we go to class D and E, I saw someone ask, well, when is this used? Or what is a subnet mask? That is specifically up to the network admin. Class Ds are usually multicast, I don't want to say that right, multicast groups to where only specific machines will talk to each other. Not a broadcast group, but just a multicast group. So they'll have a class A, B, or C, and then they'll have a secondary IP assignment. That will be that D. And E, I haven't seen an E used ever. And once again, the subnet mask in those ones will be purely made up by the network admin, designated by the network admin. So good job. Make sure to keep practicing. We had 5 pages to go over this, to master this over the weekend. Make sure you did take advantage of that. If you did not, make sure to go back to that. If you're starting to have issues, make sure you're reaching out to John or myself. John has taken this course and understands all the concepts very, very well and can help you do that. I want to choose 4. In week 4, we cover the physical layer, and we look at what happens at the physical layer, layer 1. We take a look at what's associated with the physical layer, and basically what the physical layer is made out of. The assignments for this week are all part of the physical layer. You will use your little kit and build some UTP cables. If you drop those cables off at any campus, they should be able to get those cables here to me for me to test and look at, give you some advice. Let me bring this up real quick. Cat 5e cable. So here we are looking at the cables. When we start to do this, I guess I should look up cable lean. When we start to do this, your cable will look somewhat similar to this when you start. I suggest by, I guess, putting my fingers up will not give you the correct measurement. But you want to at least start off with about a 2-inch, unstripped area. You want to verify that down here, the cladding on the wire is not scraped or pushed against. This will cause a point of failure for your termination. You do not need to peel the wire back as in this scenario. Simply untwist it all the way back to here, but make sure not to untwist any farther from this point. Your cable will be in a cylinder shape, so make sure you choose the layout of your cable that will help you easily manipulate orange, white, orange, green, green, white, blue, blue, white, green, and white, brown, brown. So as we see here, that the easiest part would be to probably try to shift blue to the top. Imagine it like a cylinder shape with a cross section, and this will probably be the easiest for you. Terminate one end at a time. This will help you greatly when you do terminate. Let's see if I can get one. When you do terminate, you're going to have your little RJ45, and notice that there's a pinch point that crimps onto the cladding. See how this is pinched on the blue? That whole cable termination is now being pinched at that point, so we can say the weight of the cable is supported by this pinch point here, not with your wires back here. When you complete this lab, make sure you submit pictures. If you want me to test the wire, please send it to here on campus. I can look at the wire, maybe give you some feedback. Cabling is a great job. It pays about $15 an hour. Doesn't matter, usually get contracted through a electrician. Electricians don't like to do this for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if they just think it's boring, but it's just you can usually get contracted out for it. Work 40 hours a week over the summer just terminating cables in apartments, houses. Good job, because you can wear headphones, and it really doesn't matter what type of clothes. I believe I even wear boots and shorts when I was doing cabling. I don't totally recall. So make sure you start working on those cables early. Watch a few videos. I believe I put a video also. Yeah, Lab 4. Make sure to watch that video. Lab 5, I'm developing, and we'll definitely put it in for this week and not next week. Or maybe next week. We'll see how that goes. So be on the lookout for Lab 5. Lab 5 will be downloading Packet Tracer 7.2, which I think I have in the discussion right now, or in our Dropbox assignments is 7.1. But I'll show you guys. Basically, Lab 5 walks you through downloading Packet Tracer and verifying that the Packet Tracer works. I do have you watch a video on the Packet Tracer, so please watch that video so you have a better understanding of how Packet Tracer works. We start to use it more and more as we go through the semesters, but I just want you to be familiar with it before we dive right into it and get going. And I believe that's it for Chapter 4. Make sure you start working on those cables. If you run out, please check with your local campus to see if they have extra Cat 5 cable. If they don't, reach out to me. I can definitely mail some off here. I have about 2,000 foot on the Larimer campus, but I can definitely get you some feet and maybe even some additional supplies if you run out. That's definitely possible. If you would like to come to campus, feel free to come here. Once again, at the Larimer campus, I do have all the supplies for building cables. I also have a cabling wall that I bring in from outside that the students in the face-to-face class will actually start to cut holes in the wall, as you see behind me. Actually, let me take this. Oh, that's not going to work. But we start to terminate something like this in the wall, and definitely manipulate how that's made in a real-world scenario and actually test it and get it working. It's like another component of networking, is to test it and get it working for your network. That's it for the kickoff video. If you have any questions, please let myself know. Please let John know. Once again, John has been through this course, exact same course, only in the face-to-face version, which both courses are identical. I did not try to vary them too much. I think the face-to-face just goes a little bit quicker since we do certification at the end of the course and a different kind of final. But good job for week 4, and that's it.